Hello, 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 hello. Happy New Year. Happy January. I hope that any uh, celebrations you've had, either to welcome in the new year or celebrate Christmas or other holidays during this particularly festive season, have been wonderful. I certainly didn't expect my first video of the new year to be a haul video, but I had some great opportunities to check things out with folks while they were in town or while I was out of town, and well, I just needed to share. So I'll start here. The first time I went out and about was here in my area in Central Arkansas right after Christmas, and there were some Christmas sales, which was wonderful. So this is kind of one of the best things that I got, especially holiday oriented. They're little paper coasters with this like velvet type of feeling on top, and they're just gonna be so fun to work into Christmas projects next year. And then this wonderful tin, and it is marked $5, but everything was 75% off, so that was like not free, but close enough. And then this wonderful partridge in a pear tree tin. Nothing inside, just so fun, so pretty, colorful. And if I do more things with journals and in tins for next Christmas, then that is going to be really wonderful. This is not Christmas. This is a little mid-century jewelry box, and I actually got it for a project for January with the fodder school. She was going to have us look for, or she asked us to look for something like this. She's using a utensil case. Like if you buy really nice utensils, like snail forks, cheese knives, stuff like that, right, Sassy? And they come in a lovely case, kind of like this, with fabric lining on the inside, and I think hers is even fabric on the out. Like, that's ideal. But I literally saw one of those in the last couple of months that I've been looking, and I didn't like it. It wasn't very cute. I like this one. I think it'll be very inspiring for my project. And while I was shopping on that first trip, I also found some really great sheet music. And I only really have one book of sheet music, so if you've been watching me get excited about some of the music paper that was coming in during my Christmas Advent box of goodies, part of the reason that was exciting is because I only had one book of music paper, and the paper is really brittle, and so it's not easy to work with. So I like the feel of a lot of this music paper, but also I got some in different colors, and I thought that was a lot of fun. So this green is nice, and it's got these lovely pages with pink borders, and they're wonderful and fun. Really liked that. I think it was part of the bundle, but still, this one's great, and it's got all this old cello tape that I can try and repurpose in a journal, and handwriting all over, and like it's teaching music. It just was wonderful. This is yellow and purple, and I mean tiny bits of purple music. Hello. Yeah, you're gonna curl up there? Yeah. Okay, doke. So finally, this Jumbo Note children's hymns. Again, cute pictures, cute colors. Love the paper. Oh, poor Sassa. Sassy baby, I'm sorry. She's gonna go lay on the top of the printer now, which is her other favorite place to hang out. And then, let's see. I'm trying to remember what's from what, so I can kind of do some of it in order, and that is not going well. But yes. Okay, here we go. That was a receipt. We don't need that. These items are non-returnable and non-refundable, so This is just a lovely little something. It's a lovely little vintagey spool photo. It honestly may be faux vintage even, and I just liked it, and it came with a really cute paper clip, and I just, you know, not mad at it. I have not been someone who typically picks up a lot of photos of random people at thrift shops, but I've been doing it a little bit more. One is, again, for this project that we're doing in January, fodder school, where I know I need some photos. I'm going to go through my personal photos as well. There are likely to be some old ones in there that I'm not attached to that I may use, or something sentimental that I may choose to use for that exact reason. But this one was, I just love this lady, and I really love the envelope, I guess, that her photo's in. These are about the coolest thing on earth. These are stereograph photos. And apparently, I didn't know about this until I started learning about stereograph photos. They are done in such a way that when you place them in the machine, they are, they appear in 3D. And so when you see them right here, they're flattened to 2D, but you can view them in 3D. So they're really apparently expensive to take for what I imagine are obvious reasons. They're also, these are really old. So I was shopping with my friend, and she is very aware of what these were. So I just showed her the photos initially because I thought they were cool. And then she explained to me what the machine did. And so we went back through the entire, like, cache of photos. I'm pretty sure that these are really old pictures from someone's wedding and honeymoon. There are some of them that have little labels that make it clear that it's preparations for and eventually pictures of a wedding. And then there's a lot of pictures throughout the world, and I'm pretty sure that this couple got married and then went on, like, a lengthy honeymoon across the world, across the globe, and had these pictures taken. So this one, the description's been cut off. I don't know why I yawn every time I try to make videos. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Description's been cut off. I mean, just look at the colorizing. Like, it's so cool. So I think this was maybe the woman, like, trying on her, you know, dresses or something. I wish I should have put these in order. Yeah. Number 1, the beautiful lover makes his first call, or the bashful lover makes his first call. And then, yeah, let me kind of, we've got, let me put them in order, because they were $2 a piece, and I was tempted to take them all, but I didn't really want them all. And my friend wanted some, and so we just picked our favorites. So this is them at 1 o'clock in the morning, supposedly. I think that's to show us how in love they are. Okay. So the bridesmaids ready for the ceremony. The bride ready for the ceremony. The wedding march. Married and settled. I just knew it would be a boy. And here are some of the photos from their trip. So these, I love a bird. Anytime, I just love a bird. So on the Rio in Brazil. Here's Venice, Italy. Also Venice. These are some pigeons they're feeding. Also, I got a lot of the I love any pictures of Venice. And then llamas. in the Colombo Botanical Gardens. So I really could not resist them. They're the coolest thing I've ever seen. So that was a huge pickup. And then I got some more pictures. This one's really faded, so I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on camera. I loved the discoloration on this one for this little child. And it's on a postcard. I mean, it's just lovely. This woman, I want to know her story. She has so much character in her face, and I love the colors, and just everything about this one made me happy. And then honestly, this is one I picked up partly just for the texture of the paper. It's got that lovely, like, dimpled, almost a cold pressed watercolor texture. So cool. And again, just like, look, he's so cute, and there's all of this wonderful discoloration happening, and it's just, yeah, so great. And then I picked up 2 postcards, and again, I often don't pick up ones like these because of the cost, although this one was on sale. Both of them were, I think. And it was, yeah, 1905, lovely postcard with this handwriting. And then this one, 1910, and if you can tell, it's metallic, which I just find surprising for 1910. It's not like I'm some sort of scholar. Maybe it was very common, but it feels kind of like metallic was not something I would expect for a photograph that's more than, or a postcard that's more than 100 years old. All right. That is almost everything from the after Christmas trip. This is one other thing I did want to show. I just so fell in love with this teak wood box. It's just, I want to use it for everything. I don't have a great place to put it on my, like, journal table. And that's partly just because I want to keep as much to hand as possible. So I've gone more for, economical use of space in storage than pretty storage, but I need to try and find a way to keep this up here because it's just perfect for holding. Well, I was thinking like ephemera, but now I'm kind of thinking glue and other necessities. I don't know. The other trip that I went on, flea marketing, I made out like a bandit, you guys. I was in Wisconsin visiting my friend. We went to a tiny little vintage store in her little town, unfortunately going out of business, but that meant things were on sale. So, good for me in the short run, I guess. But I always feel like people who own those shops do it out of a love of like vintage things, of, found objects, etc. And it's a real passion project. So ultimately, it's sad. I hate when people are going out of business who have clearly been trying to do something they really love. So it got me in the feels. But yeah, there was some great stuff. So from that little shop, I got these little sticks, like, as far as I can tell, most likely carved in Africa. Seem to be the Google image search consensus, for like cocktail stirrers or, hors d'oeuvre sticks. They're awesome. I might try and find a reason or a way to use them in some of my art because they're so cool. From that same little shop, we found, I'm trying to remember because some of these came from elsewhere. You came from elsewhere. You came from elsewhere. You came from elsewhere. All right. This little boy, and that's the thing. I'm finding that if I do take time to stop and really look through some of the old photos, at first I was trying to develop a collection. Like when you have nothing, you're like, ooh, Again with the yawning. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys don't like catch it from the video. But now I just look for things that really speak to me. And if it speaks to me and it's a price I'll pay, all good. And I love this little boy. Like, this is such an ornate picture for this little boy in Wisconsin. And again, another woman who I'm like, what's her story? I need to know everything about her. She's fabulous. Really fabulous. Like, I love everything. So I got that from that little shop. And this vintage receipt book that does have some receipts from 1932. Mostly unused. But yeah, that was a great little pickup. It's going to be fun to work with that paper. And then this book. And I find... Moment in Peking. I find these days that there are some books I like find that I want just because I want them. But a lot of times when I look at old books now, a lot of what I'm looking for is the paper itself rather than like some specific book or some specific topic. And I liked the way this paper felt. It had a little bit of tooth to it. It doesn't appear to be like full-on rag paper, but it seems kind of close to that. Ooh, hello. Who knew? That's cool. Oh, I received a named patient from my ward. Okay. That's cool. I didn't know that was in there. And it's got like decal edge, right? So it feels like it'll be a fun paper to work with, potentially paint on. Ooh, look, underlining. Again, I love found marks on paper. So that was fabulous. And then we went to the vintage shop that I was most excited to go to. I went there in the summer, earlier 2025, and found some really cool stuff. It's a big shop. And it's just, I feel like different parts of the country, different parts of the world, we all have different types of stuff. And so, you know, I find different things there sometimes. There's a great section, the shop is called 608 Vintage. So by the way, if you're in Wisconsin, and over, this was in Janesville, Wisconsin, so over in like the Madison area, love 608 Vintage. There is a cute little booth that just specializes in books. So it's a big bunch of books. And they generally have them at flat prices. So X for hardback, Y for a paperback, etc. And I found this. I love Agatha Christie. I love mystery novels. And now that I've been getting more into some of the found photos, especially, or I've downloaded certain printable kits with photos, I love when people kind of come up with a backstory for their people in their journals. And this is nothing but backstory. It's just all of these different Agatha Christie characters, like cross-referenced, and what book they show up in, or books, or it's just really neat. So I thought that would be a lot of fun to play with. So I'm buying too many books for art and journal purposes. That continues. This was $5. It is nothing but crochet patterns. Some fairly old, nice like matte papers, printouts. I haven't even looked at all of them yet because there's just so many. Like, how is this not fun to play with and play on, right? Oh, look at this pansy. I've tried crochet once in the past, when I was still knitting pretty heavily. And I didn't love it as much as knitting. I think it's one of those, like, whatever you start with is what feels most natural to you. Once you learn the other thing, maybe. But And then I started having all of these troubles with my hands and really couldn't do any of it. I am kind of tempted lately to like attempt a granny square situation. And now I like love this little pansy. Like, look at this pot holder. I want a pansy pot holder. And this little star doily. Like, they're just so cute. And they will be so much fun to use. I can't believe the whole set was, I mean, I can. It's so funny, right? Like, someone else is probably like, I don't know, I'll charge $5 for it. Maybe I'll get lucky. Someone will haggle it down. I'm like, only $5 for all this paper? Holy cow. More photos. Another great one where I'm like, I mean, I don't know if you can tell. She is so grumpy. So grumpy. I love that. Like, that's the best part of this picture. She's so grumpy, you guys. And then the picture itself is great in a whole bunch of other ways. Once again, a lady I wish I knew. Adele and Ruthie. So, like, you know, I feel like there's a story there. And then I haven't even looked at this yet. I picked up this, oh, I did have it the right way up. I picked up this photo album. I like looked to see if it had a lot of pictures and glanced at a couple of the pictures and then picked it up and moved it on because there was so much to do. Oh, something has transferred onto this photo and it is all over this child and it's kind of hilarious and awesome. Okay. Yeah, I love this little cowboy. And then these people taped on to this. I like that. And there's this lady here. It's very thick as though there's multiple pictures, but I don't think there is. This child. This guy in his uniform, and she's pointing and laughing at him, which is great. This was one of the photos I saw that I was very happy to find. And the whole thing was $6. So, like, most of these other photos I've been showing you are $2 or $3 a piece. So I really could have liked the person to buy them. Because honestly, I feel like that's highway robbery for photos of people I don't know. But whatever. Anyway, this felt like a steal because I found a couple people that I enjoyed. Particularly this lady. She just looks dismayed. And then we've got this one here. This little young family. This little boy and girl. This lady and child. This lady and child. Who's like falling out of that chair. That lady. These two older gentlemen, they're a little bit faded, especially him. But like, us again, what's their story? That guy, this lady. I mean, it's full. It's full of photos. She is so happy. That's a great, either she did a great fake smile or she's really just that happy. So that was awesome. Then, before I left, I found the things I spent the most money on. Isn't it just so? It was doing real good, too. But then I found this miniature English to Chinese dictionary from 1922. It's so tiny. The paper is so old. And it's just, look at these teeny little Chinese characters. Like, it's just so cool. Needed that. I don't know if the price was appropriate. What I do know is that it was one I was willing to pay. Similarly, well, I did look up the price on this because I just got I always attracted to bright colors and silly things. So naturally, this coffee can with all of these animals really, you know, got my attention. It's a Folgers coffee can. It's a vintage Folgers coffee can. I really love it. So I got it. It needs to be cleaned up a little, but makes me very happy. Let me get this out of the way. Hold tight real fast. The final thing I got from 608 Vintage. Hopefully this is in in frame reason. It should be. This metal box, which I just love. Like, I saw it. I was like, I love this box. I don't know why. I had to open it. It's got these compartments. Look at this. It was $25, you guys. I feel like that's a steal. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's awesome. I've never seen anything like it. And it's just these stamps, ABC stamps, number stamps, more stamps, right? Half amp, 1 1/3 amp. It's something about electricity I haven't quite figured out, because it also came with all of these tiny cards. Master timing record, recorder record, transverter record, channels, sender start. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm so excited. These are awesome. These are awesome. This box, awesome. Oh my gosh. I just couldn't believe myself. I ran upstairs, put it on the hold table. I was just like, this is mine. It's coming home with me. And then I brought it home with me. And that is pretty much that. Yeah. You know, the thing about thrifting, the thing about flea markets and all of these little shops is that you never know what you're going to find. And I go into them so often and have a complete bust where anything that draws my eye is just not a price I'm willing to pay, or, you know, the kinds of stuff I'm really hunting for aren't showing up. And then I'll go in and I'll just come across something awesome that I couldn't have even imagined or thought to look for. And that is the best part. And so, yeah, I mean, this tiny little, or this, not tiny, this amazing metal box, it's so heavy. I love it so much. The teak wood box with the rolling top. I mean, I wasn't looking for this, but it's gorgeous. You never know what you're going to find. And that's always, I thought I did something wrong. That's always my favorite part. If this was interesting to you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified of all of my videos, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know, like, is there anything I showed you today that you are just obsessed with, that you wish you'd found? Because I always feel a little bit weird when I do the haul videos, because, you know, when I watch other people's haul videos, I'm like, oh, I wish I found that. I wish I found those kinds of things at that price where I am, you know, so I get it. But I'd love to know what you found most exciting.